Welcome, everyone. My name is Andrew Kellner, and I'm here on Beaver Island in the middle of Lake Michigan at St. James Episcopal Mission. This is where I summer, and it's a wonderful place to be in this time of year. I hope you each are able to have enjoyed some time away this summer and rest, or soon will. But also hope that you're as excited as I am to be digging into some, both broadening and digging deeper into some of our understandings of Christian thought and Christian theology. In ministry with youth and families, theology sometimes gets pushed off to the side. We sometimes we don't dig deeply into it, or we think that might be the realm of the priest or a rector or somebody else, but we're not necessarily digging in and helping our youth and our families to develop coherent faith systems of understanding about God, humanity, and the world. For me, my approach in coming to this is that religion is about big questions that help us to understand God, humanity, ourselves, what it means to be human, and the world around us. So my hope is as you move through this that you question some of those things. How do you see and understand God? How do you see and understand humanity, yourself? How it is that you can be a human being in your relationship with other human beings and the world around us, and how all of those things interplay. Theology provides us a place where we can bring not just the sciences, the hard sciences and some of the softer social sciences to understanding those things, but also can bring deeper philosophical understandings to those things as well. I think it's a really important place for us to be able to integrate our own understandings. And so that every person should be involved with some work of theology, developing a personal theological system that they can then work from as they move through life. I posted the syllabus for you all on the website, and so please take a look at that, read through it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am on a remote island for one more week, so you can either email me or give me a call and leave me a voicemail, and I'll return your call as soon as I can. In the syllabus, you'll notice that we have a pretty busy first 8 weeks of classes. There is 1 week that you have off, and that would be the Labor Day week. But we are going to try to work our way through our main text for the book in just 7 weeks, so the next 7 weeks. So it's going to require you all to be pretty diligent in your work with us. It's about 450 pages, and it's this text, Christian Theology, an Introduction by Alistair McGrath, 5th edition. I hope that you've all been able to get this and begin reading. You'll notice, too, that I break down each week of our reading for you there on the syllabus, and it has big chunks. You'll notice the first 2 weeks are almost 100 pages each, which I don't expect you to read all of those 100 pages. I've also posted your week 1 reading guide, which will be very helpful to you. It cuts down that 100 pages to about 30 that you need to kind of focus on, and it's by section there. So please read those and focus in on those highlighted sections that I've done, but do read the entire text at some point in your life over the course of the next few months or year even. Really dig in and try to think about how Christian thinking, Christian theology has developed over the centuries. That it's not something that's been static. It's not something that is even handed down to us in this, here it is, this is what we believe sort of way. But it's a project that's ongoing as we wrestle with questions that Christians have wrestled with for centuries. You've also been broken up into discussion groups. Please write a short introduction this week to everybody in your discussion group. Let them know who you are, where you're from, all that good stuff. Brief, copy and paste something that you've already done. Just let them know who you are so they can make some connections with that. I've also assigned each of you to be the main, initial post writer for each week. In that, you'll write about 250 to 300 words of just what your impressions are of the reading, of what things that really sparked your interest, things that you thought were interesting, things that you think might have an impact, or how you might use them in your ministry. Also, you can put a brief question at the end of your post to help spur discussion and dialogue, but your post should really highlight the things that you thought were main points and key interests for the rest of the class. Each week you will be responsible for replying to the initial post with a short 150 word post of just kind of additional thinking, other things that that person might not have highlighted, response to the question, things that you found helpful for your ministry, other things. So it'll just help us to have that dialogue, which is very important. Please take this seriously and post. You'll get reminders if you don't post, so please be on top of that. Each week I'll post a video like this that will kind of highlight what we'll be looking at. So this is more just an introductory video. So we're not going to necessarily look at the first week's reading yet. I'll post that video on Monday, and you'll be able to go through and look at what those things are and get a little bit better idea. As we move through, we're going to pivot at about week 9 in our time together, and we're going to begin looking at your individual context and your individual way of thinking. So it's important as you read through these things to be asking, what does this mean for my ministry? How can I use this in my context? Where are you doing ministry now? And how can you use these ideas, this understanding that you're gaining, to further your ministry there? You'll notice too that there are week 9, 10, and 11, there are just as handouts. Those will be given to you from me, and some of that will be dictated by your responses to me. So please, if I ask you some questions, please respond effectively and in a timely manner to me, so then I can get you the right materials. Especially during the Theological Rocks Week, we'll be dealing with original texts from different theologians. So your interests in theology will be really important. So as you're reading through the text, what is spurring your interest? Where do you think you're, what's a strong commitment that you have? For me, one of my strong commitments is to the incarnation, that the idea that God became human, took on human form, that means something to what it means to be human. It also means something about God as well. So that's a really important idea and concept for me. So I do a lot of reading around that, and like theologians who do a lot of work with that. So be thinking about what are those theological roots that are important to you as well. Well, if you have questions, we're going to get started this Monday, but if you have questions, feel free to reach out, and I look forward to meeting you all in Albuquerque in person, and it's going to be a fun time. So God bless, and good luck, okay? Bye-bye.